A 100-year bottleneck just cracked, and physics may not be ready for the specific fallout. If you want more breakthrough science stories with real headlines, subscribe now because this one gets weird fast. The AI breakthrough. If you are a regular tech news consumer, you might receive a research headline every once in a while that sounds like pure exaggeration. An AI system would solve a century-old problem. A calculation that used to take weeks now just takes mere milliseconds. Scientists say that it could change how we design materials, understand phase transitions, and model matter under extreme conditions. In reality, nothing is really changing in our world. This is the exact claim surrounding Thor AI, but for once, the dramatic framing is not coming out of nowhere. Researchers from Los Alamos National Laboratory and the University of New Mexico say that their Thor framework can directly tackle one of the nastiest calculations in statistical physics. This is the configurational integral, which is a central object used to understand how atoms interact in materials and how those interactions depict thermodynamic behavior. According to the team, this is the bottleneck behind many hard material calculations, especially for dense solids, extreme pressures, and phase transitions. Instead of relying mainly on long molecular dynamics or Monte Carlo simulations, Thor AI compresses the problem using the tensor network method and solves key cases in seconds while matching advanced simulation results. The team reported results for copper, crystalline argon under high pressure, and a solid-solid phase transition, with performance that is around 400 times faster in the test cases. This is the clean version. The messy version is the version that makes the story feel almost scandalous to the world of physics. This is why Thor AI is not just the fastest AI. It is a challenge to the old computational routine that many scientists have quietly accepted for generations. The field has lived with the assumption that directly evaluating the huge high-dimensional integral was basically hopeless in a realistic sense. Systems, however, the calculation exploded in complexity way too quickly. Even modern computers would choke on them, so scientists learned to go around the wall instead of going through it. This is exciting because it punches a hole in that wall, and that wall now breaks. People stop asking whether one method got better. They start asking what else has been unnecessarily slowed the whole time. To make things simpler for you, Thor can calculate the behavior of atoms inside a material hundreds of times faster than any other older method while still matching the accuracy of advanced simulations in the cases that they have tested. What was the problem precisely? The key issue. Scientists often want to know how a material will behave before they test it or even use it in the real world. They want to know things like, will it stay stable under high heat, or will it change shape under pressure? Maybe it will suddenly shift into a different form, or the curiosity about the object being strong, brittle, flexible, or useful in extreme conditions. These are all the questions that scientists have, and in order to answer those questions, they need to understand how atoms inside a material interact with each other. This is where things get ugly. Atoms do not just sit there politely. They push-pull, vibrate, shift, and influence one another in huge numbers and can act unpredictably compared to how we believe they should. If you try to keep track of all the possible arrangements all at once, the math becomes huge. That central calculation is tied to what physicists call the configurational integral, which helps connect small atomic behaviors to big-picture properties like temperature, pressure, and phase changes. The research team behind Thor describes it as one of the hardest, long-standing problems in statistical physics. Here's the easiest way to think about it. Imagine trying to understand traffic and predict it in a city by tracking every single car. Every lane change, every red light, every turn, every traffic jam, and every possible route all at once. Now imagine doing that not for cars, but for atoms inside a solid material. This is why this problem has been such a nightmare for decades. Scientists did not solve this directly, they only used workarounds. But you might be wondering why the old methods took so long. Before, Thor researchers often relied on simulation methods like molecular dynamics or Monte Carlo calculations. These methods are still useful and are still important, but they usually work by sampling or simulating huge numbers of atomic interactions over time rather than directly solving the full monster that is right in front of them. This can not only take a huge amount of computation and computing power, but also time, which is the biggest enemy of scientists. That does not mean that old methods were bad. It just means that the problem itself was so brutal that old methods didn't really work properly. The researchers involved with Thor say that the main obstacle is something the scientists call the curse of dimensionality. In simple English, that means the problem gets out of control ridiculously fast as variables are added. A small increase in complexity can cause the amount of work to explode, and for the equation to be solved from weeks to months. Even here, One of the researchers said that with the traditional direct methods, some version of the problem would take longer than the age of the universe to compute. This is not normal hard math. This is the math that tells you exactly to give up and try something indirect instead. After a long time, this is exactly what science did, and Thor is just built differently. But before we cover how Thor solved this 100-year-old problem, subscribe to the channel because this one will blow your mind. Thor AI. Things are getting more and more interesting. Thor AI doesn't just try to brute force the whole problem the old way. Instead, it takes the huge, impossible-looking equation and breaks it down into a chain of smaller connected pieces. This framework uses tensor network mathematics, specifically a tensor train approach, in order to compress the problem so it can be handled in a much more efficient way. On top of that, the researchers built in ways to take advantage of the crystal symmetries, which cuts down the amount of repeated work even more. While that sounds technical, here's what it really means. Thor is basically finding a smarter route through the maze. Instead of checking every single possible method one by one, it notices patterns, compresses the problem, and avoids doing the same work over and over again. It not only eliminates redundancy, but also works alongside the machine learning atomic models, which help it describe how atoms interact with each other. This is not just AI guessing the answer. It's more like an AI plus an advanced mathematics teaming up in order to make a giant scientific calculation possible to solve. That change matters the most because when people hear AI, they assume that it's just a black box spitting out magic. But reality is often more grounded than that, or as a computational framework built on real mathematics, real material models, and tested cases. Why are people freaking out looking at the reserves? Let's talk about that. The results. If Thor were only just a clever idea on paper and just for the headline for a broader marketing plan, nobody would care this much. But the team says that it tested on real materials, including copper, crystalline argon under extreme pressure, and tin during a complex solid-to-solid phase transition. In all those tests, Thor reproduced results from advanced Los Alamos simulations while running more than 400 times faster than the traditional one. In some cases, calculations that once demanded thousands of hours could only be done in mere seconds. This is the detail that changes everything, because now this is not just about a theory helping science someday. It's working right now and is being shown that it can deliver answers much faster in specific cases. Once scientists can get a speed jump like that, things move much faster. This is the part that a lot of people miss. A faster method does not just make scientists happy, it changes what they are able to ask. When a single calculation takes weeks, researchers become much more cautious. They cannot test 10 ideas at the same time, so maybe they would just test 2. They cannot explore a huge range of conditions till they narrow down the study, and they cannot even afford many wrong turns because every wrong turn costs only time and much more computing resources. When a calculation that used to take weeks drops to seconds, the whole rhythm changes. Now, scientists can test many more materials, they can compare more conditions, and they can move much faster through the dead ends that were previously impassable before. They can explore heat, pressure, and phase behaviors, and others can do so much more aggressively. And this could speed up material science, chemistry, and physics, especially in areas like metallurgy and high-pressure materials research. The researcher behind Thor explicitly pointed to those kinds of uses, and this is where things get exciting for regular people too, because better materials can eventually mean better batteries, stronger components, better electronics, and more durable industrial parts. This would also improve the aerospace materials and faster routes to the discovery of substances with useful properties. The headline is about physics, but the ripple effect could reach our average household too. The implication is an interference from researchers' stated material science application, not a guaranteed product or map though. However, let's not overhype the whole thing. Sticking to reality, well, the thought seems impressive. It's not magic. It did not solve all of the physics. It did not make supercomputers obsolete. And it definitely did not mean that every hard scientific problem will now collapse in front of AI. The published work and the research summaries are now much more focused on creating viral headlines. The results are strongest for crystalline solids and the kinds of materials that they tested. The method is designed for a specific class of hard problems, not every impossible-looking equation in science. This is still a huge achievement. But it is important to say this clearly because AI headlines love turning a major step into a total revolution overnight, which is just not true. The better way to look at AI is this. It breaks open one especially nasty bottleneck in a very important area of physics and material science. This alone is enough to make that headline come true. In fact, the researchers themselves describe it as replacing the century-old approximation and simulation of the configurational integration with first principles calculation in the system that they have studied. This is still a very big claim, but it is a scientific claim, which is not a declaration that human physics is finished. But there's also a part where things turn from exciting to unsettling. For a long time, scientists have accepted that direct calculation was not practical because it was way too big, too painful, and too slow. So the whole research habit for them was finding a workaround for that huge obstacle. Now Thor shows that one of those old walls has permanently fallen, and that raises a bigger question. How many other impossible scientific bottlenecks are actually just waiting for a smarter method? This is why this story feels bigger than Thor itself, because breakthroughs like these could change how researchers think. If a century-old headache can suddenly be compressed, accelerated, and made useful, then people will start revisiting other old problems that were sitting there and optimizing them. What do you think about Thor's new revolution? Let us know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel because we cover everything about tech and AI under the sun.